Hi, everybody. Hi, Sydney.
Hello.
Hi, Melanie. Melanie dyed her
Hi.
hair.
I look a little different today.
Yeah. Boy, what a show we have today. Holy cow. It's exciting, isn't it?
It is.
Well, we're just going to get started because we have a lot of dogs coming up.
We do. We have dogs that are adoptable, and then we also have a happy adoption story today.
Yes, we do. And that's even extra happy for you, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So our first dog coming up, let me get her down to the videos. I was busy while all this was happening because I just figured out why I couldn't get some of the pictures to upload because I never converted them.
Mm.
All right. Oops. That's what happens when you get busy. So our first dog up is up right there in Washington.
Yep.
She's a temporary foster while fosters are on vacation or something, if I remember right?
Yeah, before she goes to a longer term foster, but
Yep.
You're happy to have Poppy on the show today.
That's right. And here's her little video. Oh boy, and wow, look at all the sea of white we have. Man, ain't that something?
Hi,
You want to hear
Debbie.
a little funny story,
Hi.
Debbie? In that video, at that ending scene there, where saying what Dot Poppy and stuff, where she's where I've got the water background. I had transparency in a version of this video where it looks like she's just laying on the water. It didn't look realistic, so I put the background back in it. So. Because Poppy can swim, but that's the Pacific Ocean. That's the difference, Oh, look at her. How old is she?
She is 2.
Wow. And how long have you had her? I didn't realize that.
I've had her a week today.
Week today?
Yes.
Wow. You'd think you've had her for months.
No, she is the easiest going girl. From the moment I picked her up, she was just right at ease, just easy going. She loves everybody. Just super chill dog.
Wow. Sydney, you're up. I'm gonna let you
Yeah. So she's 2 and she's pretty energetic. So
Yes. She really needs a playmate, an active playmate in the home. Yeah. I was puppy sitting a 10-month-old golden retriever puppy, Buster, who was in the video.
Yeah.
And he went home yesterday, so she's been a little bored. So Buster will be coming back tomorrow for a play date.
Thank goodness, right?
But she, for only having her for a week, she does not get into anything. She is crate trained. She goes in and out of her crate as she pleases. If she wants to chill in her crate, she'll just go in and lay down and take a time out. I don't need to crate her at night. She sleeps wherever she wants, and she She doesn't do anything. She's not destructive. She does bark a little bit at night, especially since Buster left. Which peers do. She hears a noise and she'll let you know.
Yeah,
She might be calling for Buster.
Yeah. He just
and I think those are a few little tidbits so far that you've shared that would be good for new adopters or people considering her, is that she finds safety in the crate. It's a good, nice little cave for her that she enjoys. So it would be good for her forever home to have a crate, at least in the beginning, until she maybe finds, decides on a new kind of safe spot to sleep and lay. And that she is really playful. And so having a dog who can match that energy will be good for her. But, because some peers, they are playful for longer in their life than others. And it sounds like she might be, because she's 2, but still really playful. So I just think in terms of like my Pyrenees, when he hit about 1.5, he was already a furry speed bump. Like he's an old man in the soul forever.
I like that term.
Yeah.
But she will, after, like when Buster was here, they would just chase each other for about an hour in the yard. And then they honestly would both pretty much snooze for hours until it was like round 2.
Yeah.
Well,
perfect.
I have a question.
Yes.
When in the video, it shows her and Buster playing a lot.
Yes.
How long had she known Buster prior to this
hour?
video? An hour.
Yeah.
So she gets along with anything that breathes.
Yep. She so far, she has, we've seen cats on her walk. She doesn't try and chase them. Yesterday, she did really well. We stopped by a lemonade stand where a bunch of little kids were selling lemonade, and she did beautifully with the kids. Was very gentle with them. She hasn't tried to chase the rabbits in the yard. She is just so easy. She's just such an easy peer.
Then that brings up another question. Why is this dog in rescue? Who didn't want this dog?
Exactly. She's just amazing. I am, just shocked at how well behaved she is. And for only being here for a week.
And she's available for adoption too, isn't she?
Yeah. She is, yes. She sure is.
And
whoever gets this girl is going to be a lucky family. I just really no issues with her whatsoever. No counter surfing, no resource guarding, nothing. She plays with toys.
Okay, who can spell perfect peer?
Pretty much. Pretty much. That's her right here.
Yeah. Rena was telling me about her, that Rena was part of the transport at one part of it where she met her.
Yes, she did.
This was so interesting that she let her dog Jean-Luc, she let Poppy decide if Poppy jumped into her car, Rena was taking her home.
Yeah. And Mark, another foster with our rescue, he actually picked her up for me. I was away, and he picked her up and took her home for 2 nights, and she did beautifully with his dogs.
And Mark's got a few dogs.
Older dog and then a dog about, I guess, her age. And she was perfect with them. No issues, no trouble.
Mark also has Magnolia, the deaf dog.
No, he doesn't. Not right now.
Yeah, she's back. I think she's back in Texas now.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
It's hard handling a deaf dog.
But yeah, she's done great with every person and dog she has met.
Wow.
But she'll need a canine playmate in her home.
That is a must. That is an absolute must, a canine playmate. And I believe she would, be fine going to a home with kids. Based on just what I saw yesterday, she was just so very gentle with them. When they approached her, she was just very, very gentle. And I think she would be fine with kids. Training, I would always suggest, doing some training with her, which is a good thing. Her recall is pretty good for a peer, surprisingly.
So does she seems to know her name as Poppy, or at least she's like, I know you're calling me, so I'll come.
Yeah, no, I can be upstairs and just be like, Poppy, and she'll just come running up the stairs.
Aww.
So
Wow, that's
she's
a good
perfect
thing.
house
So,
guest.
because you can use that as a cue word too, in case she starts getting overstimulated, you can use that word to cue her and bring her back for a second, and then call her.
True.
So,
And that's
I mean, all
the
kind
other
of
thing
cool
I will
stuff.
say about her when Buster the puppy was here, and if she was getting overstimulated or had enough, she would go and lay in her crate.
Wow.
And she'd be like, I'm done.
Wow.
And the other thing, she did a beautiful job of being a mentor dog to Buster. So when Buster did something wrong, she would correct him. She was
Okay. Always remember,
beautiful.
folks, only a dog can correct a dog. When we try to correct a dog as humans, we usually screw it up. We miss the moment, whatever. All right. But when a dog corrects a dog, that's the way it's supposed to be done.
Yep. And I mean, she was great with him.
Cool.
But just
Great
the fact that she gives herself a timeout, I love that. I'm down.
Yeah. She's better than us.
Yeah. But
So
honestly, she's wonderful.
Yeah. So Debbie, you said that she actually plays with toys. So
does
she seem to have some favorite ones that she really likes?
She likes like the ones with squeakers, the plushies with the squeakers.
Yeah.
I tried to do the Kong and put some peanut butter in it because it's just so hot here. I thought some frozen peanut butter would be good, but she really wasn't interested in that. But yeah, she likes the plushies. I love that Elvis shot of her.
That's the crooked nose shot.
But she I just can't say more of just what a great girl she is.
Okay. Now you're gonna when you make that comment, you're gonna get people that's gonna say, well, why don't you keep her then?
Because I don't
have a
another
reason
dog.
why you don't keep her, right?
Yeah, I don't have another dog, and if I keep her, then I can't save more.
That's right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So,
although I
thought
about
there's
this
another
dog.
part. There's another part to fostering that people don't realize. The fosters do, because everybody that says, "Well, I can't give them up." Well, let me tell you, for me, when I fostered, that was the coolest thing in the world. That I found somebody that was better than me for her home, or as good, and when I'm comfortable that somebody's got a good home for a dog I'm fostering, that's a good feeling too.
Yeah, it really is.
Right. So, all right, thank you, Debbie. We're gonna move on.
All right, thanks for having her on.
We don't want to run out of show before we run out of dog. Okay.
Yeah.
Good job.
We've done that before. So, holy crap, Wendy, are you asleep with a bone in your mouth?
No, oh no, she's definitely not asleep.
She heard me call her name.
Stop petting her,
her
you'll see her
open.
move a whole lot.
All right. Next up, we have another young one, don't we? We have we have to send this boy to school. He has to learn how to spell. We have Barney coming up, but he spells it with an IE. All right. Now, is Barney a boy or a girl?
Boy.
Oh, that's what I thought. I could see spelling a female Barney with an IE, but not a boy. So we got to get him into school. But he's young. All right. He'll learn. All right. I'm looking for his video here. There it is. But I'll tell you what, here comes another next to he's got all the makings for the perfect pair. All right. Hey, hi, Richard. Hi, Barney. How you doing over there, big guy? Let me make it where everybody can see him as soon as I figure out how to remember how to do it. There we go. Jeez, I'm having a rough day today, ain't I?
So Barney is also a dog who loves to play with toys.
Oh, look at that. Stephanie said originally it was Barney with a Y. This isn't Barney's fault. I owe him a big apology, don't I? Cool. Wow. Richa, how you doing? Oh, you got to unmute yourself. For some reason, the video didn't unmute you when it stopped playing. Can you unmute you? Because I can't.
Oops.
Okay, now you're unmuted. Now you're
There
unmuted.
you go.
There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Okay,
I don't know
great.
why the video didn't unmute you because what happens if when we play the video, if there's audio in it, it will automatically mute our mics. And when it's done, it will automatically unmute it. For some reason, it missed you. Okay.
Oh, okay. So here's
So,
Barney.
yeah, Risha, remind us how old Barney is.
Barney is around a year old and 11 months to a year.
Yeah.
He was super sweet. He loves, as you can see, he entertains himself for hours playing with his squeaky toys.
Yes.
He likes
He has a
squeaky
very
toys.
cute bounce when he's playing. We can see his cute bounce.
Yeah, he loves to run around in the yard, especially if the sprinklers are on. He loves to.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. And before me, he was, and Stephanie can tell you more, but before me, it was, he was with Stephanie and he used to play a lot with all the dogs and he loved that.
Stephanie has Skippy Skippin's animal or dog rescue and rehab. They're one of the supporters of the show too. But now with Barney, she fostered him for GPRS. All right. Well, look at him go. What are you feeding him? What's he got? He's got a toy.
He's got a squeaky tie. He's trying to take out that squeaky thing from inside.
Oh yeah. That's why they're there, for the dogs to remove them.
Yeah. Just to remove them. But yeah, Barney is one of the sweetest boy I have fostered before. Yeah. He's really sweet.
Is he pretty high energy? He's pretty young.
He is, but he's at the same time, he's very calm. He loves to be petted, and especially when I'm working and he's bored or something, he'll come and he just wants to be petted. And
Oh.
yeah.
So he likes his human contact. That's good.
Yeah, he loves that. Yep.
Wow.
He loves playing wrestling with my husband.
Oh, cute.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what about children? Have you been around any children?
He so I take him for walks. He loves his evening walks and morning walks. And every time I had party in my house, there have been children right from age 6 months to teens, and he does great with children. He doesn't bother them at all. Yeah.
Wow. What about cats? You don't have any cats?
I don't have cats, and I'm not.
like her already.
Yeah, I don't know how he would do with cats. He's just not cat tested, but I can tell you he's pretty, like, when I take him for walks and if there is a dog or something, whether it's a small dog, big dog, he's just not bothered. He's like, he just walks past them.
Right.
Sweet.
Most dogs.
How big is he, do you think?
Oh, what's that? Sorry.
How big do you think he is right now? Like, I think, do you think he's like 50, 60, 70 pounds? Yeah.
Wait.
Sorry, the video was cutting out. No, he is around 80 pounds, 75 to 80 pounds. Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't look at it. We can't judge that from video and pictures hardly unless he was standing next to you, but then I don't know how tall you are. So it's not a good judge.
He does have nice long legs. Yeah.
Where is that?
Yeah, he does have pretty long legs. But
is he surrounded by water?
No, not really.
Because we're looking at a picture. Can you see that picture we're looking at?
That's around the pool.
Okay, thank goodness it wasn't your living room. Well, you guys have some heavy rains down there.
Yep. No, whenever we are in the pool, he will just be walking around. He typically doesn't come in.
So he's fearless.
Yeah, he'll just keep roaming in the yard. He just loves running in the yard.
I can't get over the fact you have your own indoor pool. What would his perfect home look like?
I would say someone who at least has another. He should have another sibling. He loves playing around with other dogs. Definitely, and loves running around in the yard. I would say that would, and someone who can give him lots of pets.
Wow. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where Barney and Poppy both are. Wouldn't Poppy and Barney do well together, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch out, Debbie. I may have just started something here.
One thing about him is he doesn't shed, like minimal shedding. I haven't.
Him?
Yeah.
Wow.
Somehow, even if you pet him or something, it's a minimal shedding.
But now, hasn't it been hot in Texas for quite some time?
It is. It's been.
All right. So he may have shed it early on in that heat wave before you got him.
At least I've had him for 2 months, and
well, then no, that's not the case.
no shed.
Huh. You sure he's a Great Pyrenees? He looks like one.
He has a double due, so that goes.
Well, it's just that when golden retrievers are puppies, sometimes they're hard to tell apart from Great Pyrenees. Sometimes. All right.
Yep.
And I pride myself in being able to pick different breeds out of a crowd of guardian breeds, not any breed. Which brings me up something. I just remember something, and it really has nothing to do with Barney. But we mentioned it last week that Mountain Mama's Pearson Pups, they have the Guess the Breed contest because they're all breed rescue. And they had one this week. But you see, we can't display it because it started and ended in between shows.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
And Carol with Great Pyrenees, Montana, accurately guessed the breed. So she won the t-shirt. Yeah.
Cool.
So
it sounds like for Barney, he could do well in a multi-dog home as long as at least one of them was like a good energy match and play. Because at Stephanie's house, Stephanie has lots of dogs.
Yeah.
But you've had him for 2 months, you said.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he could go to a home with kids as well, but he definitely needs one or more other dogs around.
Yeah, he would love to have a companion. Yeah.
Yeah, it does look like Barney does look tall. Are his legs as long as they look in his photos?
He is tall. He's pretty tall. He can easily stand on the not climb, but stand on the countertop. So.
Right. So he'll probably you'll probably want a tall fence to go with those tall legs too. Then.
But I have fence. It's around 6 feet. He never tries to escape. Never tries to dig around the fence. So.
I like that because there's a reason for all behavior, including good behavior. Okay. Yeah. He has no desire to leave where he's at. Okay?
No, he doesn't try to escape at all.
Yeah. And see, Great Pyrenees aren't necessarily escape artists. Some of them seem like it, but they're more of opportunists. If they see an opportunity that could happen, they'll make it happen. All right.
Sure.
Because they're smart. Holy crap, they're smart. Pickles is already opening doors and shutting them. He's a gentleman. All right. But Pierce do that too. Wow. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where everything about Barney is. Wow. So you've had him a couple months, so he's absolutely ready to go to his forever home, isn't he?
He is. He is a little shy, but once he opens up, he's really active and He sleeps through the night. He's a sweetheart.
Now, what about run of the house? Does he have run of the house?
uh,
Run
what's
like Poppy. Poppy has run of the house. She can go in her crate when she feels like it. Is all.
Yeah, he's open to go wherever he wants.
Wow.
Yeah,
Another peer that why is he in rescue? You know,
Yeah.
who didn't want him? Unbelievable. All right. Wow, Richard, thank you so much. We'll see you again on your next dog, okay?
for
Yeah.
sure.
Because he's not going to last. I'll tell you that right now. He's not going to last.
We would love for him to get to a awesome home.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, what we're going to do next is, and I don't know why I didn't do it before because I wasn't thinking probably. There's no reason Lori can't be up here with us. You know?
Yeah.
So we're going to bring her and our special guest up together. Richard, can you stay for the rest of the show? Are you good? Okay.
Yeah,
We'll move
I'm
you
good.
over to the side when it's time because we get to see Wendy. We got Poppy over there, and but we'll have Aspen up pretty soon. Oh, can you give us a little bit of an introduction before I play this video, Sydney?
For Aspen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Why is he here?
Yeah, so this is our happy adoption story. So Aspen was one of the dogs that I had the privilege of being able to foster, and so he's been in his forever home for about 3 years now, and so this is a really fun opportunity for me to see how they're doing, and I just they are so awesome. As dog parents and like it's just one of those homes that you feel so good, even if you miss the dog when they go, of course you feel so good about who is adopting them. So that is definitely the case here.
And he even has his own video, doesn't he?
He does.
All right. I plumb forgot he was a local celebrity and a member of the local K9 rock and roll band. I plumb forgot. Hi, Lori, down there. Well, where's Aspen? Well, I can't find Aspen. There he is over there. I see him now. Let me get him up here. Wow, what a good-looking boy.
Oh.
Wow. He's a senior, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
And you've had him for 3 years now.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. And apparently you've got no regrets. You have any questions, Sydney, on how they've been treating your dog?
Not mine. So I fostered him for a month, and so they know him way more than I could ever know him now. But So I think, if I remember correctly, Matt, you had grown up with big dogs, but Wallace, he was your first big dog. Is that right?
Well, he was our second big dog. So
Okay.
we had a golden retriever previously.
Okay.
So my golden was my first big dog. But yeah, Matt grew up having big dogs.
And so when you two were looking to adopt, remind us what you were looking for, because you kind of had a special situation because you were fostering pugs at the time.
Yes. Yeah. So we were fostering pugs at the time. So we were interested in getting another large breed dog, but we definitely needed one who got along with small dogs. And we were not particularly interested in getting a puppy. We kind of have a soft spot for the older dogs because we know that they also have a harder time getting adopted most of the time. So we were definitely interested in getting another dog that was at least a few years old.
Yeah, so he was 5, which is such a, ages 4 to 6 is probably just such a favorite age for Pierce.
That's
because
a perfect match right there.
Yeah. I love how is the one ear sticking up.
I love that ear. It makes you wonder if he's a Great Pyrenees or not.
I play a game where I call him a Samoyed when I put up his ears.
Yeah, so cute.
No.
So yeah, I mean, so you were looking for a dog that you could take into a lot of different kinds of situations, and he would be just kind of a cool customer.
Yes.
Now, our producer doesn't know that I did this, so she won't be bringing him up. So I'll bring him up. He does look like a pretty cool cat, huh?
That's his window bench.
How can I be comfortable? I mean, I've got a picture. It ended up being too large to upload to StreamYard, but there's a picture you sent where you couldn't even tell it was a dog, but it was he was upside down on the floor. And how can that be comfortable? You ever asked him that? I've always wondered that. At least he didn't need reassembly instructions to travel with him, did he?
No.
So I'm sure he does this with you guys too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he does.
Yeah, he's a good couch snuggler.
Yeah. Is he an only dog there?
Yes, he currently is an only dog.
Okay. Probably at his age, he could care less, huh?
Yeah, honestly, he was a good foster brother, but I think he has very much enjoyed being an only child as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Getting all the attention is a pretty sweet deal.
Yes.
He's like, wait, Mom, you're not petting me.
Yeah, it Pierce seem to like it when they get all the attention, even though they pretend not to sometimes. Okay? That's
So
just part of their strategy.
Yeah. So you're able to take him a lot of different places, right?
Well, he's kind of lazy at this point. He doesn't necessarily want to go a lot of places. But he does well pretty much everywhere we take him, except the VET.
Ah, yes.
Now,
So
when you
guys-
adopted Aspen, was he the first dog you adopted from Great Pyrenees Rescue Society?
Yes, he was. He's our first peer.
Okay. How was that process? Was it relatively easy to do so far as executing it?
Yes, yeah. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since we filled out the application. Yeah, from what I remember,
it wasn't a hard process. They just wanted your firstborn is all.
yes.
And obviously, you gave up your firstborn because you're not there. So, okay, there you have it, folks. We hope that it's very, very hard to get a dog out of any rescue. All right, because if they don't get to know you, then how do they know who they're sending their dog to? All right. So don't ever take offense that they might be prying. Yep, they're going to pry. They want to know who you are. They want to know where their dogs are going. And with GPRS fostering, the fosters are all over the country, so they're going to do something similar to you, even though it's a different application, from what I understand. But they're not trying to piss you off. They're just trying to get to know you. Would you agree that?
Yes.
Yeah. And You know, and I will say, you know, Matt and Wallace are a really special couple. Like they're really special adopters because they were, you know, they were fostering already, and we talked on the phone, and then they came and met him, and then I don't know if you two remember this, but you know, we had kind of set a date for them to pick him up because they were transitioning fosters too, I think. And then I got a call saying, "Is your foster adopted yet? Because we need you to take another one." And so I reached out to them and I was like, "I'm so sorry, but can you pick him up early?" And so they really, you know, like rose to the occasion and scrambled and made it work, and picked him up early than it planned. And you know, that to me also was just another element that showed how special that you two are. And it actually makes me feel a little bit emotional because he really was a special dog, and the fact that he got people who are just equally as special to take him home and to live his life with you guys was just, it still like kind of chokes me up because that's what rescue is all about.
I
Wow,
agree with
Sydney,
you.
I've never seen you this way. Cool.
Well, we appreciate you saying all of that about us.
Well, what else is she going to say? You're no good piece of crap and you shouldn't have
By the way, he unfortunately got enough of the video. He does this, I present for work too. And once he hears us talking for a bit, he was like, okay, I'm going to go to his corner. So he thinks that we're doing a presentation. He's like, I'm done.
Oh.
We'll track him down in a minute.
That's awesome. Boy, you got yourself a good one. Obviously, all I want to know is now Aspen was good when you had him as Alistair, right? He was
Yes,
a good boy. Once again, why are these dogs being dumped? Who didn't want these dogs? What's going on?
We say that all the time about him, that we can't believe somebody gave him up.
Jeez. And
Guess what?
well, granted, I do understand there's a lot of financial problems going on right now with people, and we're in a world of hurt. But don't pick the big white dog first all the time. You know, what gets me is the ones that they surrender the Great Pyrenees but keep the other 4 dogs. Don't do that. All right, you don't look good in rescue's eyes. Whoever does that. So anyway, as if they cared. All right. Wow. Thank you for bringing him on. I never got to meet him before, and I was wanting to do that. That was 3 years ago that you had him, Sydney, and so they've had him. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And nobody knows that dog better than them. You're absolutely right. And thank goodness. But we got to move forward here. Can you stay for watch the rest of the show, or you guys got a schedule you got to keep, or you can? All right. Because we got to get Lori and say hi to Lori at least for a minute, because we still got another dog to feature. And she's asleep, but she's only pretending. That's her way of pouting sometimes, all right? Miss Wendy. So, and besides that, I don't want to reap the wrath of Melanie. So anyway, wow. Well, you're getting comments from the Newfoundland people as soon as we brought you up. How about that?
Nice.
So,
Nice.
hello,
I think
everybody.
you guys remember Clementine.
Yeah.
She
Yes.
was.
Clementine was on the show, right?
Yep, she was
Yes.
Jelly with Val, and they both sat next to me and wouldn't let me
Yes.
into the camera. And
Clementine was Jelly Bean.
yes,
Okay.
yep.
And that's her adopter right there, Amy Jo, right?
Oh, I can't say enough good about Amy Jo and Rick. They take Clementine out paddle boarding. They take her swimming. They take her camping. She just has the absolute best life ever. So with you, for you guys to keep, adopting him 3 years ago and keeping him, and just
It's been 3 years already.
No, Jelly was just last year. I was commenting about Aspen having
Gotcha.
him for 3 years now. Just if these good dogs didn't come in to rescue, it wouldn't allow even better people to take them and give them their absolute best life.
Yeah.
I feel. So Aspen right now is living the best life, where Clementine and Dahlia are living the absolute best life. I've had so many good fosters, and Kathy, God rest her soul, the president and co-founder, passed away about a month ago, and we are all extremely devastated with her loss. But she had a knack of being able to place dogs with the best people in the best homes and the best forever lives. And she is so sadly missed, and we're all still just absolute devastated. And but with Amy Jo coming and Clementine and being in the best home, and it just, fostering and placing dogs in good homes is what I'm all about, and what all you guys are all about. And it's great to have rescues and fosters.
Now, behind you, is that a pillow or is that a Landseer Newfoundland?
Yeah, that's Riff. That's Landseer.
Okay. Everybody, we know you as the Newfoundland lady.
Yeah, I got Remy on the floor over there.
Hi, Remy. I met him.
But wait a minute. I'm not prejudiced at all. I've got my peer here too. My little puppy. This is Rebel. He's 7 months old, and he's my water dog. Not my Newfoundlands, but my peer is a water dog.
Your Great Pyrenees puppy is your water dog.
Yeah.
And we happen to have proof of that too, don't we?
Yes, you do.
Somewhere here. There it is, right here. Now it's going to mute us for a second.
Good job, Rebel. Good job, buddy.
Wow. And your Newfoundland didn't even bother going in.
Didn't want anything to do with it. I tried to drag him out there, and I said, look at your sorry butt. Your little puppy peer is showing you up here. He didn't care. This is how much energy he's got, and he's only 2 years old.
Now, for the folks that don't know that much about Newfoundlands, why is that significant? The water thing.
Newfoundlands are water rescue dogs. That's what they're bred for. They've got the web feet. They're supposed to love water, and you can Google any Newfoundland, and you'll see them jumping out of helicopters and jumping off.
If you fall in the lake and can't swim with Remy around, you may as well just kiss your butt goodbye.
That's right. Oh, I've tried jumping in the water, splashing with Remy, and he laid down and looked at me like, sorry, Mom, you're going to drown. But now that I have Rebel, I guess I don't have to worry about it.
And that just goes to show something that in the behavioral world we've been saying for a long time. The Great Pyrenees and the Guardians are the only breed that actually have breed traits to fall back on. Yep. Everybody thinks that's a breed trait of the Newfoundland. Well, they got webbed feet. I would think so too, but they still need human instruction to go save that person, where the Great Pyrenees does not. Okay.
Yep.
So, except they don't save people. Well, kind of they do. They save them from wolves and coyotes and bears and lawn furniture and cars and kids. Wow. So you have a balance in life, right, Lori? You've got 2 and 2.
Yep. I have my 2 Newfoundlands that are well, they're all mine, but I purchased them, which is bad, and then I have the 2 Pyrenees that are rescues. I got Mr. Tibbs. It'll be 5 years ago at Thanksgiving. He's 12. He's in the closet laying down. He's not literally in the closet. He's literally in the closet.
I knew that.
Laying down. He's 12.
He is literally in a closet. He's physically in that closet.
He's literally in the closet. And then Poppy, I have a crate in my living room. He'll go in the crate when it's thundering or lightning.
Did you say the name of the dog was Poppy?
Wasn't it Poppy underneath?
Oh, Poppy. I thought you named. Okay, no, I got confused.
Okay. Yeah. So like Poppy, where he'll just go into the crate where he needs his safety and feels safe there when it's thundering and lightning. And then Rebel is a rescue that I got at 8 weeks. A farmer had 9 puppies and turned them all in at 2 days old. So I followed his story.
2 days?
What's that?
They were 2 days old?
They were 2 days old.
I thought there was law against that one without mama going with them.
Nah,
Guess
the
not.
parent. Long story. The dog showed up at the farmer's house, and the dog had puppies a few days later.
They weren't
And
his.
They're not his. No, they were
Okay,
not
gotcha.
his. Nope.
Gotcha.
But I followed the story, and I picked him up at 8 weeks, and he's been here ever since.
Look
And
how
they all
gorgeous
get
Rip
along
is.
great.
Rip's stealing the show behind you, just so you know.
Hi, Rip. Can you say hi?
Hi, Rip. He runs. Is he the one that has treadmill experience?
Yep, he's the one that runs on the treadmill, and yep, he's got slides out back that he climbs the slides and slides down. He's quite the entertainment.
Wow. Well, there for a second there, I thought you was wearing a T-shirt that had something to do with the rescue show.
Nope, it's just me.
Oh, that is a rescue show logo. How come Lori gets that and we're the show and we don't have any?
Huh? I don't
Are
know.
you on the way?
Must be
Wow.
I'm really lucky.
Look at that awesome T-shirt. Huh.
That is
Maybe the
awesome.
word
Thank
will get
you.
out there. Now,
You
Lori,
guys,
for
I
those of you
appreciate
that like Lori hanging around, well, you might get your wish. She's going to go. We're going to tentatively do a show the 21st, and it'll be from that Newfoundland place. Okay, it'll be different. It'll be somber, but because that's where she's going to be, and she's going to be a guest co-host that week. We're trying to get her into the rotation of hosts, but we'll see how that goes. We'll see how she does first. How about that?
Well, I hope I pass. But yes, that day will be an open house up at that Newfoundland place up in Coventry, Connecticut. That'll be able to have people come in and see all about the breed and learn more about them and just exactly what TMP does, that Newfoundland place, TMP. So I will be up there that day helping, and I would love to be on the show again if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah, we'd like to. Melanie, if some of you were watching back in, what was it, October or November?
October.
We did a 2-hour long show that day. First hour was that Newfoundland place, and the second hour was the regular show. And that was the week I ruined the show because I didn't have internet, and it came back, and I went on my phone. That's a long story. We won't go there. But Melanie and Lori saved the day. Right.
It was a fun day, wasn't it, Melanie?
It was great fun. It was great to see y'all's facility out there.
Yeah, they had a lot of people up there that day. A lot of dogs, a lot of door prizes. A lot of people donated a lot of stuff, and it was a good day for sure.
Now, wasn't that the first of that event, that particular event, since COVID? Was that the first one?
They had one the year prior.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, this was
Yep.
this was just this past year that happened. Wow.
Yep.
All right, Lori. We still have another dog to feature.
Yeah, bring them on, Steve. Thank you very much, guys.
And if you go into the rotation like that, you can feature any dogs you have. When are you going to get a foster again, by the way?
We'll have to ask Chrissy and the gang up at that Newfoundland place.
All right.
It's not always a bad thing that there's dogs that are in need, you know?
Yeah,
So-
well, it's a good thing that they're out of dogs right now.
Well, that's very true. They also help people keep their dogs, though. They're
That's right.
working with several families that are able to keep their dogs. They
And to the best of your knowledge, will that continue?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. See, that's just part of the rescue because that wasn't just a one-person decision. The board had to vote on that, right?
Yep. The board,
Okay.
Eddie is the president, and that was Kathy's husband, and the girls, all the volunteers that are still up there doing what they do every day up there. So
Yeah. So keep that Newfoundland place in your thoughts. They just lost their leader, and that wasn't just the leader. I mean, this woman has been a advocate for dogs pretty much most of her life. All right, and so that was shocking when I heard it. All right.
I'm still in
anyway,
shock.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure everybody around there. Well, I know they are because I still see new posts in their public group. So. And if you want to go post if you're a member of the group. If you didn't know it, if you're a hermit, and that'd be the only way you couldn't know this. All right. Anyway, so we'll get you down a little again. because we got another dog to do, and we're gonna. I had made Lori a video. I made a video for Lori with the intent to play it, and everything's got out of whack today. That will be our exit video today. Okay, the one I intended. All right. So and it's fitting. So now our next dog up. You've been seeing her here the entire time. I think she died, maybe. But Wendy's there. We'll play her video. So let's see if that will wake her up. All right, Mary? Because I haven't seen Wendy's video yet. Wow. Oh, good video. You always make good videos. Let me. Well, we got a lot of people up here. Now I got to find Melanie. And I'll figure out where she is here because I can read the names. There we go. If my eyesight gets any poorer, then somebody else is going to have to make people bigger. She's beautiful. How old is she?
So we're estimating about 2 years. So
Wow.
Pretty young. Her bio is not correct if you go and look at her on GPR's website. So after I finished up her video, I sent in an update. So hopefully it'll be correct soon. But yeah,
right.
She's about 2 years.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen that video. I love how she plays. And is she getting along with Cassie now?
So they are definitely getting a lot better. Cassie's not comfortable yet to really play with her.
Okay.
You'll see she kind of wants to. So Wendy will start running around. She'll do the play bow, but she's been really good about giving Cassie her space. We've made progress with that, but Cassie's not quite ready to jump right in yet.
So this is a Cassie thing, not necessarily a Wendy thing.
Yes. Now we're working on Cassie's comfort.
Okay. Just so you know, everybody, what you're listening to is dog issues that are being overcome. It can happen, not a problem. Nice work, Melanie.
Thank you. She's a good girl. She's super sweet. She is definitely pretty high energy. She gets the zoomies, after breakfast and usually a little before dinner time. And she can definitely run around quite a bit during that time. But then the rest of the time, she's happy to just kind of lay around you. She does usually want to be pretty close to her people, and obviously wants lots of love and attention.
I bet she would do great with Poppy too, huh?
She would definitely do very well with a high energy dog,
Yeah,
especially since Poppy's apparently a good. Was Poppy the good mentor, or was that Barney?
Yeah, Poppy. Yep.
Poppy. Yep. Because she could definitely use a good mentor dog to continue showing her the ropes.
So the perfect home for all three of these would be them in the same home, maybe.
You work on selling that, Steve. Good luck.
Yeah, right. You have a hard enough time adopting bonded pairs that are 2 dogs are easier than most 1 dogs.
You know.
Well, look at her. She's gorgeous. Just like the rest of
Girl.
them. So what would her perfect home look like as of now? With what you know?
I definitely think she needs a young, high energy dog. Again, one that either is so super laid back that they're not affected by anything, or can kind of take the lead with her and be a good mentor dog. She would do. I've had her around kids. She loves kids. Definitely older kids. She does get very excited. She doesn't jump a whole lot, but she will. She's run into me after running full speed and didn't stop in time. Yeah, that didn't feel very good. She's about 65 pounds.
Yeah.
So definitely older kids, so a little one doesn't get run over.
Right.
But there's definitely not any problems of like aggression or anything like that with kids. She loves them. She loves being the center of attention. I've brought people over and she immediately wants to go up and meet them and get love and all of that. So she's a very social, affectionate dog.
Wow, ain't that something? Wow. So now, is she the first dog that's been about a half a step off on you when she runs towards you?
That I can think of. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause what she intended to do was run at you and then turn at the last second. But
she
if their
failed
depth
at the last
perception,
second.
if their depth perception is off just a little bit, they're going to be about a half a step off. And unfortunately, it's always the wrong way. All right. And isn't that called Murphy's Law?
Yeah.
So we got some. I think you uploaded. Did you upload the video? Yeah, you did. I thought you did. I'll get them up there. I forgot that while you are featuring your dog, I got to do your job, right?
It's helpful. Oh, yep, there she is. She loves her toys.
Picture. You just now took that picture, didn't you? Because she was just doing that.
No, that picture's a few weeks old, but it's definitely a favorite pastime.
And what is that in her mouth? Is that a real bone or is that a fake bone? Is that a toy?
It's a nylabone, but flavored like peanut butter, so it's a favorite.
Gotcha. What about, does she like squeaky toys?
Oh, she loves squeaky toys. She will squeak them and throw them around.
Wow. And I'll tell you, she's just beautiful, isn't she?
She's pretty, yep.
Boy, she's beautiful. Wow. So Great Pyrenees Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. I'm having a hard time today, Sydney. Bail me out here. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where all these dogs are. Man, we got 3 dogs that it's just baffling me why they're even in rescue.
Yeah.
I can see, financials on something, can't afford the dog. And that's partly why rescue's there. But it's not there as a convenience is the problem. All right. And sometimes we expect a dog to make too many of the concessions, and they're not they're not capable of doing that. She had issues with Cassie, and it turns out it was the other way around, actually.
Cassie it's a mix. She came on really strong.
She came on strong, like a puppy would, and Cassie was not ready for that.
No.
And Cassie's a little older.
Yeah.
And but you see, Melanie didn't say take this dog out of here. She says I need a hand for a minute. Okay, and look what we've got. We just saw Cassie. I just saw her in the background a little bit ago, didn't I?
Actually, she's not out here right now. We have Gandalf, my sister's dog, who's a mess, and Cassie's keeping Gandalf company right now.
Gotcha. But the thing of it is they can be together. They're not separated 24/7, right?
They are not. No, they spend most of the day together. Right now, I do usually separate them right after breakfast when the zoomies are the worst.
Yeah.
Just so that Wendy doesn't get in Cassie's face.
Yeah. And that's what goes on. They don't know each other, and if you continue to put dogs into a situation where they're going to have an altercation, they're going to have an altercation. Don't blame the dog. All right, blame whoever put him into the position. Okay?
Yeah, just about management.
That's right, and she's. It started out to being about 80% of this was management. Now you're down to what, 50-50 management?
Yeah, probably. It's pretty simple. Again, I mostly, right after breakfast, I give them a break from each other. Well, they go out and run around in the yard, so they get a little bit of chance to try to play. But then when we're done with that, I separate them for about 30, 45 minutes while the worst of the zoomies get out, and then we spend the rest of the day together.
All right.
And everybody's fine.
So her energy is just overwhelming to Cassie then.
Yes.
Yep. So bingo, there you have it. There's always a reason why they're doing this. And the number one reason, depending on time of year probably, the number one reason for dog altercations, the number one trigger is human. Okay. We interfere, our emotion changes. We think they're doing something that they're not, then we act on it. And we ended up triggering that onto an altercation where it was initially not. It was an argument. It was something different. All right. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't walk away from two dogs that are barking at each other. Don't do that. You pay attention. We don't want it to turn into an altercation, but we got to learn where the line constantly moves. Depends on the situation. You got to learn to follow that line. Okay. I never said it was going to be easy, right? But and you know, a lot of times this is just trigger stacking. There was more than the dog could handle at that time. Okay, it's called flooding the dog. So anyway, there's your tip for the day. I gave you no solution, but at least I helped you with the problem a little bit. All right. And anytime you've got a situation with a dog that you can't handle, don't be afraid to reach out to a professional. They can usually help. If you got Great Pyrenees, reach out to a Great Pyrenees professional. They're out there. And if you can't find one, call your local Great Pyrenees Rescue. They'll point you in the right direction. Okay. And if somebody wants to put a shock collar on your dog, walk away. All right. It's not necessary. You don't want to attack the dog's neck because that does hurt. And every Great Pyrenees Rescue that supports us will tell you the same thing. So it's just not necessary. I mean, sure, they're going to work. You zap a Great Pyrenees, you're going to get their attention. Is that really the attention you want to get from a Great Pyrenees, though? All right. So they're just not necessary. There's always other ways. All right. And because a lot of times when I work with a dog, technically there's nothing wrong with the dog. All right. A lot of it is, well, yeah, you got unwanted behaviors. Is that really wrong with the dog? Or does he just not know you don't want him to do them? All right. Big difference. We have to relay it to them in a way they can receive it. All right. If that makes sense. Lori, I've been with her personally working with Mr. Tibbs, wasn't I?
Yep.
And I was done in what, 20 minutes? Because
Yeah,
you already did all the work. You did all the work already by the time I got there. All the work was done. I just relayed it in a way that he understood better.
Yep.
Yeah.
He still has his issues, but I think a very wise man told me that dogs are a lot like people. They have their bad days too. So
they can wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Yes, they can.
They get a little snarky. We just we have to adjust some things. So
yeah, because I always tell, look at Poppy. Boy, she's something else, isn't she? She's right in the center. I always tell everybody that if you get frustrated while you're working with your dog, give yourself a timeout. If your dog gets frustrated while you're working with your dog, give yourself a timeout. That's probably because you're the one that frustrated your dog anyway. They don't get frustrated without humans around. All right. Doesn't mean we're bad people. That means we've learned so much more than we used to know. All right. Man, and that's actually a good thing. We learn better how to connect with our dogs. Anyway, I'm rambling now, and we got to go.
Well, thank you everyone for being on the show with us today. It was just a delight to see all of you and hear about these dogs, and it was just so fun to get an update on Aspen. So thank you.
Yeah. Next week we have a guest coming on from Utah. For the folks in Utah, they remember this dog. His name is Amos, and he was really in bad shape. He was skinny and everything when he went to the shelter and stuff. But he's in the Utah Rescue, and let's see how he's doing. To me, he's looking a lot better. Of course, then again, if you gain 2 pounds compared to what he was, he'd be looking a lot better. So he was in bad shape, but he'll be on next week. And we're excited, and we've got I can't remember who Molly's already Molly will be hosting next week with us.
Yep.
She's got somebody on. I can't remember who it was, and I don't have the spreadsheet in front of me. Molly, if you're watching, just put it in there if you want. Or we can wait for next week, see who it is. All right. We always have good dogs on. We've never had a bad dog on yet, have we?
No.
All right. We need to find a bad dog again. We gotta be diversity, right?
It can't be done. Come on. They're all good dogs.
There's no such thing as a bad one, huh? Okay, this second here, I'm not using the normal exit video. There it is. All right, everybody. See you next week.
Good show,
Bye now.
guys. Thank you. I remember for a month, he would stand at my French door and stare out the window and wait for his mom and dad to come back to him. You know, he was 8 years old. His family dropped him off at a shelter and just left him. You know,
And
so
he was grieving heavily.
yeah, he was sad, and so fostering instead of putting them into a shelter, I believe gets them ready for the next step rather than
Absolutely.
putting them in
Absolutely.
a kennel area, a concrete box. Here, when you foster, they are loved. They are part of the family. They, you know, earlier Jelly was climbing up on the couch. You know, in a shelter, they don't get the one-on-one quality that they need when their heart is broken from their family deserting them.
Right.
So,
That's right.
please, everybody that's watching, consider fostering. I'm gonna cry because it's so rewarding. It's and I wish I could turn my camera around.